to the Hundy Thou Christmas after Christmas recap special. We're recording this before Christmas even happened.
Yeah, but it will get released afterwards. Hey, no, but not before Serbian Christmas. Eastern Orthodox Christmas, which is the 7th. Which I'm going to go to a fucking pig roast
of December,
January.
Oh, they're a little bit behind. I get it.
They're behind the times. Yeah.
Yeah,
different Christmases.
Why not? Their holidays.
That's why Jesus is
their times.
If different forms of Christianity can't decide the birthday of somebody, your God is real. Your God is not real.
Word them up. I kind of wonder why we're even why are we on this? I guess is the Roman Catholic calendar. What is this calendar we're on? The world has decided to be on.
We're on the Augustan or the Julian calendar. I can't remember. But it's different. No, that's even different though. You look at we're in 2021. But that has been revamped multiple times. But then you go to talk to Muslim cultures and like Persian cultures, and they're like, oh, we're the year, because they do it I think it's like the ascent of Muhammad.
Yeah.
And then like Chinese calendar, you know what I mean? So yeah.
So we're not all on the same page. I kind of wonder that.
Time is relative.
Yeah. But are we all? Has there been a global? Is there a global thing that we've all decided, or is everyone living their own weird life?
Well, this is the thing about, we know solstice. Like the solstice just happened. We know the solstice is like the darkest day.
I guess my question is, a movie comes out in 2021. Is it 2021 in China?
No.
What is it?
I don't know.
Like 2057. What does it say on their box? When they're the movie was made at this time. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I all I know is that there's different calendars, different strokes for different folks, different lokes.
Strokes, yeah. Whatever stroke makes you feel good.
4-stroke.
Yeah,
I like a 4-stroke. Little 4-stroke engine there, buddy.
I hope everyone had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't stressful or nothing.
No.
I hope it was no family bad times. Maybe all good times.
A little bit of family bad times.
I hope you watch Jingle All the Way or whatever movie that you consider. Scrooged, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. These are my big ones.
Those are your big ones?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was my huge one. Every single year I watched it. Yeah.
Fuck. I watched A Christmas Story.
Yeah, people love that one.
That's a good one.
Love Actually? I don't know.
I've been watching that recently because of Tina. I've been watching we watched Tombstone though. She's like, we could watch Tombstone, and I was like, I came a little bit, yeah.
A little squirt.
So I can't complain.
Oh, what's Tombstone?
Yeah,
you act all coy.
Yeah. Well, if you insist, I'll be a Huckleberry. Val Kilmer, man, he's all fucked up. Did you watch that documentary?
No, but I saw the trailer with throat cancer. I know it.
I don't want to watch it because of that. Because it's too hard.
Oh, it might be sad.
It's sad.
Yeah. He was a big dick. He was a big dick, though. Maybe that'll.
Was he? Was he a piece of shit?
He doesn't have a big dick, but he was a big dick. Yeah.
He was a big dick with small dick energy.
Basically, yeah.
That sucks because he's a great actor. A lot of great actors are.
Yeah, I think so. You got to be kind of crazy to be a good actor.
Dude, I worked on a show with Hilary Swank for a day.
Swank or Nader?
Swank. No, she was a bitch. She sucks.
Oh, damn. Shit.
Yeah.
Maybe she was just having a rough day that day. You said one day.
Yeah, who cares? She's
Hilary Swank. On the one day. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about actors. You fuck.
I'm trying to apologize. I'm an actor apologist. I'm a prick actor apologist.
You're a fucking scab, dude. You're a fucking rat.
Woody Allen is a nice guy, okay?
Dude, don't
be coming for Woody Allen.
I'm coming for all my millennial friends because Woody Allen, nobody will admit this, but in the 2000 eras when we were in our 20s, the whole indie white hipster cool thing, which we were a part of, that motherfucker Woody Allen aesthetic was real, and that shit was big. Everybody was posting Woody Allen shit on their Tumblrs.
Oh, they loved him. Yeah.
They loved him. You motherfucking awkward nerd dudes and Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Man, I remember being like, Woody Allen is trash. Why does everybody like this shit?
I'm in the same boat. I was like,
Disgusting.
I dated someone that kind of liked him, and I was like, I want to like him for you, but I don't like him. I just don't like his movies.
It's just such Woody Allen is the dynamic where it's like a neurotic, unathletic, little nerdy guy who's just really horny, but also kind of an arrogant dick. Has this intelligent, sharp, taller, beautiful, usually blonde woman.
Oh, I see.
Who is like kind of shows him what's what, but also
Younger,
like we'll end up fucking him. So
well, the
it's just
thing
like,
is, yeah, exactly. Like I think we've raged on Woody Allen before in the past, but it's kind of funny that he like molested and then married his stepdaughter, and then all of his movies have been that dynamic, like old fucking man and a young girl, and then we're all just supposed to be like, that's cute, that's cute.
Yeah,
like that is not cute.
That's disgusting, dude.
There's like fucking.
Yeah. Kane was watching the documentary about that shit, and I couldn't. I'd step in and I'd like look at the screen for 10 seconds and be like, ugh, like run away. Like
one of the times it was really pronounced in my mind is like he did one with Larry David. And Larry David's an old fucker. He looks like an old fuck, like, and then I think Emma, one of the young new actresses, was like the young love interest in it, and it was like, ugh, these two people? No, I'm not buying this at all.
Disgusting. I think I rented that or downloaded it and was watching it, and I'm like, this seems like a Woody Allen movie, and then like it was like, oh yeah, it is a Woody Allen movie.
Lo and behold, if it's an old man fucking a young girl, I guess that's Hollywood actually.
That's Hollywood.
That's not even Woody Allen. That's all of Hollywood.
It's just, I think the apologists though, because like so many actors would still work with Woody Allen if he was allowed to make movies.
Dude, they want to. They want to be part of his shite legacy, because he's actually making trash now. Like maybe he had a time where he was good, but now his movies just suck, and people still want to work with him. Anyway,
it's gross.
It's like trying to like roll up to the Titanic just so you could say you were on it as it was sinking.
Or like joining the Hitler Youth. I just want to be part of the
right at the end of the war. Yeah, exactly. When you know it's already going down, you're like, but I want it on my record.
Yeah, it was a terrible time.
Anyway, fuck Woody Allen. Merry Christmas.
Woody Allen. Yeah. So Christmas movies. I don't know, dude. Die Hard, I guess. Die Hard's a good one.
People like
Nakatomi Plaza.
It's a good one. Classic.
Nakatomi Plaza, dude. I just love movies with. This is a big vibe for me. And you'll understand this as soon as I say it. Ponytails and Uzis.
Like,
you know what I mean? If there's a movie
with ponytails,
if there's a movie where a dude has a ponytail and is carrying an Uzi, I'm all in.
Automatically,
all in.
2 thumbs up.
That's the vibe. Yeah, I want that.
One man with 2 thumbs, both of them are up.
There was that era, dude. There was that ponytail and Uzi era. Like
the early 90s, late
80s, 80s to like I would say even to like 95, 96. You know what I mean? Like Con Air.
Yeah. Do you remember the beginning of definitely that? But do you remember the beginning of Scrooged, where it's like an army assault on the North Pole? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
So the beginning of this movie of Scrooged with Bill Murray, great Christmas movie. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of like the he goes back in time and then sees him in the future and in the past. Anyway, It's like the Scrooged tale updated in the 80s, and it starts off with this like beautiful little like North Pole scene where it's all like pleasant, and then all of a sudden like these like SWAT team kind of rolls in, and then like all these elves and Santa have like big guns, and then it's like a big weird action movie shootout, and then it turns out that it's just like a trailer for a movie that this guy's producing, like Bill Murray's character. But it's a hilarious way to start a movie, a Christmas movie. Like like arms ripped off the fucking like like big ass biceps holding a big fucking gun, like an AK. Yeah.
Excellent.
Ride that.
It's Rip Santa. Scrooge. You know what? Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But did
That's
you
the same story?
The same. Well, yeah, Charles Dickens, bro.
Yeah,
bruh. Have you ever you actually like read any like a Christmas Carol or watched like the actual serious Christmas carols?
No, like serious? You mean? No, they're boring as hell. They seem like
boring. They're not boring. No, they're terrifying horror movies. Like
the ghost. It is literally a ghost.
Yeah, dude. Like it's pretty creepy. Even a Muppets Christmas Carol, there's parts where you're like, ugh.
Is Christmas Carol like the original horror, like
kind of
Christmas movie? A little bit. Like remember Krampus and shit like that came out? Like
Krampus,
Silent Night, Deadly Night, Black Christmas. There's a bunch.
I think Black Christmas it's a Canadian one. I think that's the original one.
It is, yeah, 70s.
Dang.
But maybe Christmas Carol Dickens was ahead of his time. Dickens was like the H.P. Lovecraft or Edgar Allan Poe of Christmas movies.
Charles Dickens is like the Cronenberg.
The Stephen King.
The 1800s. He's a Stephen King. Yeah, Charles Dickens is a Stephen King of the 1800s. Yeah, his books are fucking. Have you read like Oliver Twist and all those ones?
I read Oliver Twist. Yeah, dude, and that was a messed up one.
Shit was hard. Shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah,
that was a terrible time to be alive, man. Like I know we're like, ooh, capitalism, but like
pouring your feces out of a bucket onto the street is pretty gross.
Dude, living in the Western world under capitalism in 2021 versus 1821. Woo!
Yeah, big difference.
Huge difference. Like there's an opening chapter of Charles Dickens of Oliver Twist where it basically he grew up in like an orphan mill and they're talking about just like killing like kids dying and shit like that and like all the people who work there like basically taking their food and shit. It's really fucked up, man.
Yeah, he like ends up getting seriously injured. I think either shot or stabbed or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he joins a gang. It's actually like rough, man. He joins a fucking street gang.
What I didn't realize was that was actually a serialized story. So like each week or whatever, he would write a new part of it. It wasn't like one big thing that he wrote and then like published. It was just like kind of like a TV show, basically. He like do one week and then the next week he'd keep adding on to it.
It's published.
So, so when you like read it in its entirety, it kind of like goes all over the place and you're like, what the hell is even happening? And then it like gets wrapped up nicely at the end, like all of his shit. They're all like fairy book at the end. Spoiler alert. At the end, they're like, "Oh, you're actually like the heir to a fortune. Did you know that?" And he's like, "Oh, really? Oh, little old me. Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist. I've been shanking kids in the streets of London."
Yeah, man. Maybe that's his ascent.
Wild.
That's how capitalism works. If you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you'll find out that you are the heir to a fortune.
Yeah, everything will magically work out.
Yeah.
Shit is wild. Yeah, man. Christmas, motherfuckers. Did you see that versus battle? Here's an old head. This is how old we are. The Bone Thugs and Harmony versus 3-6 Mafia.
Oh, hell yeah. I watched that. Yeah, man.
Dude, what? I have never felt so old and so like, I know we talked about the last verses where I'm like, we're old, but this one where it was like Little John, who hasn't aged, and Terrence Howard, the actor in a fucking fedora, like singing along on that one song.
Oh no, I don't know if I saw that.
You didn't see that part?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of watched. Dude. I watched that fight at the beginning, which was kind of crazy.
Dude, Juicy J telling fucking that Bone guy to suck his dick was one of the funniest things. And then the guy throws a water bottle, and then Juicy J just runs. Busy Bone. And then Juicy J's like, no, fuck that. And just like runs up, and it's just like, it's on. Like,
yeah. It's actually surprising how quick to fight some of these rappers are. You know, like they're
old too. They're fucking old, man.
Like I'm disrespect. I'm coming for you. Oh, I thought that was funny. Sick. That was sick because it's like I never got into Bone Thugs, and not that I don't think they're good. They sounded pretty good, but their vibe is a little more somber to me. You know, like
they are.
It was going from like somber Bone Thugs shit, where they're like skimming them up, like kind of like a choir.
Wake up.
Yeah. And then it's like, then it goes over to like 3-6, and they're just like, "Don't violate, hope, don't violate." Just chanting these horrible like.
That's such better like Southern crunk and like old Memphis rap is so much more hype than like sad harmonies.
Well, when you see 3-6 go on, you're like, oh yeah, that's where most of the rappers get their flows from. Yeah. Like it's like that's crazy. True. It's like they were just doing it 25 years ago.
Yeah, facts. Big facts.
Yeah, it was cool to see. It was a cool like matchup. I wouldn't have thought that matchup, to be honest, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
You should go check it out.
Check it out.
Old head, new heads.
Old head, new heads. Haha.
If you just like rapping.
If you like rapping, stop napping.
Speaking of old heads, did you watch the KRS-One Big Daddy Kane versus?
No, but that's actually
like ancient.
That's ancient, but those guys are such fucking so talented that like it'd be like it's like seeing two rock gods battle it out. Like those guys are fucking.
That's something you'd see like if they just like discovered a pyramid they'd never found, and then they like opened up the fucking cavernous basement, and then it's just Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One like, hey, and then they just like start freestyling. You're like, damn.
Well, and both those guys are so good in different ways, and they're both in shape still, and they're both able to perform. Yeah, and they're both really cool. Like the whole like Big Daddy Kane, like the cool sleek guy who performs, who can rap really well.
Yeah,
because in his day he was easily one of the top rappers, and can fucking do dances and shit. Like his cardio is great. KRS-One's still the same. His energy big. He's loud. The philosopher, the weird guy. Like It's cool, man. That shit's cool.
Yeah, I think like I know when you watch that, you like feel old for whatever reason. I guess because you are, but but it's like to me, it's like kind of like finding Bob Dylan and shit when we were like in our 20s. It's, you know what I mean? Like you could look back on this stuff. That shouldn't make you feel dated. It should be like, oh shit, like I know I was around for these people being like legends, becoming legendary. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
That's true. I agree.
Anyone could like that shit. If you're like a new kid into hip hop and you're just listening to trap and shit, and you're like, I'm interested in rap music, and you actually go back, it's all good.
It's all good, man. And there's no
open mind.
There should be no divide. Just listen, like what you like.
Yeah,
drill. I guess it's drill now. Everybody's doing the drill. Drill's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Pop Smoke.
That's fine.
Pretty good. Yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yo, R.I.P. to Bell Hooks. That shit was sad, man. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much he got into her, but like I used to watch her like lectures on YouTube. There's tons of them on there, and they're like super interesting. I learned a lot from her. And she was young. They never released exactly what it was, but that was a crazy one. That was a crazy blow.
Well, it's crazy that you have like, because nowadays everybody is a fucking philosopher, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody, like we're doing this. We're speaking our feelings. We're not really.
Don't listen to us though.
Yeah, don't listen to us.
We're idiots.
We are. But yeah, I mean, like everybody's like looking towards these guys, or like, you know, online personalities, philosophers and shit. But Bell Hooks is literally, she changed feminism. I mean, for lack of a better phrase, she changed how our entire society, like how generations of people view things, but like in a good way.
But she was like
in a deep and meaningful way. Do you know what I mean?
She was one of the proponents of intersectional like feminism, wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like she was such a diehard. Like she was very strict, and I remember like when I watched her like lectures or read her materials, I would always be like, I kind of consider myself a feminist, but I don't know if I could ever say it because I can't follow as strict as what she was kind of calling for, and I feel like she was the standard that I would have to reach if I would truly call myself one. You know, like.
I don't know, Matt. I don't think we should call ourselves feminists. I know this is a hot take. We're not feminists, yo.
It's weird to say that because then you like
act like act like you think you should, and then
be the change you want in the world, bro.
And if you get called out, you get called out. I don't know. We could take it. I got a tiny. The thing is, like my ego, like I got a fragile ego. I'm a fucking dude. Mm-hmm. We're not used to being criticized. That's the thing. We're just talking here, and we're like, we're smart. That's why people like Joe Rogan. You know, he just says shit, even though he's just literally getting high and saying dumbass
just
shit.
Going on a rip.
That's basically all he does. But people are like, they act like he's a fucking philosopher. But
exactly,
Bell Hooks was an actual philosopher and intellectual, and not a celebrity. That's the difference.
That's
like her quote unquote celebrityism came
from academia, kind of
from academia, but like it wasn't even really a thing. Like she's a thinker. She's one of the great thinkers of our age.
Yeah,
you know,
like if you, exactly.
She didn't do it for clout. She didn't do it for clout.
Yeah. Yeah, it made me want to go back, and because I had been off her for a while. I had like a little phase, and then reading that, I was like, oh shit, well, I should go back and do a little deep dive.
A deep dive into some hooks. Is that your Tinder profile? That's your date profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really into Bell Hooks right now.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Just because she died, you know.
You just have a rest in peace, R.I.P. belly rocker of Bell Hooks on your stomach, tattooed. Bell Hooks.
The B-H.
B to the E to the L to the L.
To the H, to the O, to the H, to the O, to the K.
Oh yeah, fuck man. We'll talking about feminism. I mean, look where we are today.
Oh, what's that mean,
dude? Look, like I mean, people are in different relationships, structures. Yeah. Dude, I am dancing, even though it's not confirmed officially. But the guy, Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time in the NBA, is apparently in an open relationship with his wife.
Really? Like recently that's been outed?
It's been discussed heavily.
Yeah.
And he hasn't confirmed it, which is like fine, but like I want to believe it. I want to believe it.
Why? Because you're like, one more reason we should be best friends.
One more reason. That's so you know he keeps throwing up the threes. You think they're for 3-pointers.
3 girls, baby. Back at the hotel.
My 3 non-monogamous partners.
Yeah. Yeah. This is for all of y'all.
This is for all y'all. But he's like hella Christian, so I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe it's all bullshit. I just want it to be true.
Why not? Like, yeah, true. if they're happy, why not? That's why I kind of felt bad for Tiger Woods when he got busted for boning. It's like, yo, he's just boning, man. He's a fucking rich. Bone. He's rich. Let the man bone.
Just bone, dude. Just bone.
Not saying that if you're rich, you should be able to do anything, but God damn it. If he's just paying for your whole life, then, be open-minded. Be open-minded a little bit.
Let the man let out some steam. Let anybody let out some steam. This whole Jada, I know there's a whole like the emasculation of Will Smith right now.
Because of castration.
Yeah, which is like, that's so dumb. Like let the man be fucking vulnerable.
It's also people putting their like heteronormative monogamous minds onto him, being like, well, you must feel like a real fucking chump if your girl's fucking other people and wanting to like and remembering their relationships with past people they loved. It's like you're a real fucking loser, Will Smith. It's like, what? Like Jada Smith is her own person. She could like have those feelings. Yeah, it's like,
you don't think fucking Will Smith was just fucking Fresh Princing everybody? Yeah, fucking West Philadelphiaing everybody with his Philadelphia cream cheese.
I feel like what's really making Will Smith sad is the public perception.
Gina just walked in the room when I said Philadelphia cream cheese, and she just gave me trigger warning.
But
cream cheese.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I think like the public's like the thing that's really making him sad now is that people think he's a fucking loser. It's not the events that are happening. It's that the public is now being like, oh, poor Will Smith.
Yeah.
Poor sad Will Smith. He's like, I'm not sad. I'm okay with it. You motherfuckers.
Like we're not allowed. Like
not making me feel like I am sad.
Dude, how many of us men have been fucking sad and vulnerable with our partners in private? You know what I mean? Yeah. He did it on a TV show, and we fucking put him on blast. But like, well, what? You're not allowed to have like
the public ain't ready, man.
Go up and down. Yeah, exactly.
The public ain't ready. Okay, two things the public ain't ready for: fucking knowing the aliens exist and Will Smith's sadness.
Facts.
Right,
I couldn't even add anything to that. Facts. We're not ready because he's a Fresh Prince, man. He's not so fresh.
No, Joe Fresh.
The Fresh Prince is a stale king, dog.
Yeah, it is kind of funny when you do tell. Like, did you ever get that from your coworkers or whatever when you talk about being in open relations? They're like, aren't you like kind of like feel weird when they're banging someone else and blah blah blah? Like they get up
always,
but yeah,
always, dude. And you're like, well, no. Maybe
no, she's live streaming it to my fucking phone. I'm watching the whole shit.
I'm watching it. And,
I'm participating.
Yeah, I'm a cuck.
Well, that's another thing. I think people just automatically assume if your girl's getting banged by someone else that you're like, getting cucked, but that's not fucking real, man. Like that's not real.
But it's because it comes from their own projection. And they're like, well, like, what if they like? Say, just recently had a guy be like, well, what if they find somebody who dicks him down better? Yeah, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, if that's the case,
good for her.
Good for her, but also like try to up your dick game, dude. Up your dick game.
Like, maybe they bring back
better.
Yeah,
maybe become better at having sex.
Yeah, word up. He comes back like the master teacher and is just like, I got some new ones for you.
Yeah, it's not like we entered a
relationship. Trickle down economics.
Exactly. It's not like we entered a relationship and my fucking little gabagool was too fucking was not impressive.
You little Jabba.
It's like, well, we're gonna have to just open it up sexually. It's like that's not how it works. Like,
yeah,
it's just so funny.
It's
people's own
roller coaster too, because you also you've been grown up on that monogamous mindset. So like when you try to break out of it, you like have all kinds of weird feelings because you've been conditioned in one way. Do you know what I mean? Like all your life. So like breaking that down is kind of hard.
Yeah, man. And also like, yeah, we've been conditioned and like everything, all of our pop and our culture has been about love songs and heartbreak and
singular love with one person.
Yeah. And then there's celebrityism, right? Like we fucking go on Instagram and you have like these people are shipping people and like, all this weird shit. I don't know, dude.
I feel like it's worth opening even like in a long-term relationship because it's like, at a certain point you might be wondering or your eye wanders a little bit, but if you're able to like fucking just act on it within a like loving, safe relationship, then that doesn't become a problem later. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. If your relationship was all about just how you were validated in bed, then
you know what I mean? Boring.
Then it's
so
and that ain't it, chief.
No, sir.
No. But yeah, Steph Curry, man, 3-point shooter.
You need like an advent calendar of like non-monogamous relationships. You just like open up a new one each day.
Yeah.
This is like an invitation. I don't know if I can get it.
Dude, imagine how fucking tired you'd be though. Dating 12 people in 12 days of Christmas.
God, Jesus, no. Yeah.
Imagine how fucking
dating one's hard enough.
Dude, yeah, just existing just masturbating exhausting.
Yeah. Like physically or mentally?
Both, man. Just like being solo is hard. Imagine dating people like, yeah, like there's just a location and like a fucking Tinder profile every day. You have to like go meet up for coffee and like
do the same thing. Maybe you just have like a set like script that you just read each person.
Oh, God.
This is what I've been doing lately.
12 days of speed dating. 12 days of first dates. Oh
God.
I hate a first date. The second date is where it's gravy. The first date is like the awkwardness, you know?
It could be good. Like if things are jiving nicely, it could be really fun. But if it's not, it's like the worst. Like if you guys are just like going back and forth a bit, it's like kind of fun. It's exciting.
Yeah.
But if if it's like going nowhere, like hella dead ends the whole time, you're just like, this is going to be excruciating. I got to get out of here. That's when you just get up and walk away. Isn't that true?
Just the Irish goodbye.
Yeah. I got to go to the bathroom with all my stuff. And then you just get up and leave. I tell you, like I ran into a friend and they're telling me that they went on a Tinder date up at like the summit, like a nice little outdoor kind of thing. And then midway through the date, the other person was just like, I don't know. I don't see this going anywhere. And then the guy I knew like just got up and was like, okay. And just like walked away. He just straight up was like, okay. And just left.
I love that. That's great.
I like that too. But it's like, why would you stay for that anyway? Why would you hang out? Like, she just literally is like, this is not going to work. And you're like, well, then why are we here still? See ya. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. That is very funny. That's great. No, that's almost better. You're just like, okay, boop.
That's just real. I think that's just real, man.
Nothing's worse than when you're like, I've been led on, or I've been like set, like I've been like gonna go. I've had people be like, the worst is when people are like, well, like I think like I want to be friends, or like you're cool when you're like kind of just you've went on like a date or two.
Yeah. And
then they're like, well, I don't see this going anywhere romantically, but like I'd really like to keep like talking to you, and you're just like, yeah, bye. Like I don't need you friends. Like
I had enough friends.
Yeah, I have enough friends.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Like,
are they even being truthful when they say something like that? Or have you ever been like, maybe they okay, and then you like after that you just never talked again?
Maybe you impress them so much with that you're so fucking friendly that they are actually genuinely be like, we're friends.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm a fucking.
I kind of feel like I'm in that weird zone now where I'm like, I have a good like stable of friends that I like and have like history with, and it's like I don't really want to introduce a new one unless it just sort of naturally happens, I guess. But do you know what I mean? Like do you ever have work friends that are like, we should hang out on the weekend, and you're like, yeah, maybe, and I'm already done with my friends. There's no room on the list. I'm sorry.
You're a classic Vancouverite.
Me?
You're total. Yeah. I have enough friends.
I guess that's true.
Don't hang out with me.
Even though my have enough friends is like 2.
See, I moved. Like I want more friends. So like I have friends. I've made some new friends in the last couple of years, and I'm always open to hanging out with people. But sometimes it's just like work friends are weird because you spend a lot, especially at our job, you spend lots of time with them.
Yes. And well, work friends are always strange because, well, this is the thing is because like, yeah, we spend a lot of time with these people, but we're like sort of stuck in this place. So you're making connections with people to make your day better. But sometimes outside of work, that doesn't translate as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's true. But there are people that I've worked with who I would have been like, man, like I could see myself like going out for drinks with them and like going to a party or something, but it's never happened. And I'm like, oh, that would have been nice.
Right. Yeah, it's just not impossible. You know, this is the season for new friends.
Yeah.
Next episode of this podcast. Yeah, next episode of this podcast, Mark won't be here. He'll just be my new friend.
Yeah, just a rotating host.
Yeah.
Apply today on our Instagram page.
You could be, yeah. Shoot, it'd be funny to actually have a guest that was just a fan of the show. You know, because we were trying to do guests and stuff, but just have someone who likes the show and just have them on. It'd be so awkward.
Just get the most socially anxious, awkward person.
Yeah, it was not much to contribute.
Yeah.
They could kind of just be in the corner.
Boy in Dakota.
Ooh.
Just laughing once in a while. Or just somebody with a really obnoxious laugh to boost our egos.
Yeah. That laughs at everything.
Yeah. Laughs at everything, man. Are you getting anything for Christmas? What's your fucking gift? You got any gifts? You getting some gifts?
Well, this is recorded pre-Christmas, but coming out post. So I would at this point probably have gotten a Junji Ito book. That's like one of the few things I put on there. Junji
Very
Ito
specific.
Yeah, I just was at the bookstore and I like walked by the section. I was like, oh yeah, I could just get a bunch of those. He's a horror manga artist who did a crazy book called Spirals or Uzumaki, if anyone's interested. If you like the horror, he's the man, Junji Ito.
That's good. That's a nice specific gift, though. I like that. It also tests because like people, your loved ones have to actually search that shit out.
Word up. When I gave that to my mom, I was like, now you got to look at it and you're probably like, why does Chris want this? Like,
my son's a freak.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe she'll get me the black lipstick and the black nail polish. Just go full goth.
Go full goth.
Know what a commitment would be, man? Like every day rocking the Dead Presidents, like look, the movie, just every day going to work like that and like, this is my choice. You can't
with like a toque.
Yeah, like the whole fucking getup.
2 guns, just hide in garbage bins.
This is how I express myself.
I feel like that movie did good with goths, just because of that makeup.
Yeah,
I think that is commitment, or like just dressing like fucking like a clown, like
whatever you want.
What if you just walked around as a clown, like fuck a juggalo, but like what if you had a straight up like Pagliacci, like Venetian fucking ball, like Renaissance Italian clown makeup. Or like circus clown.
Yo, do you remember? I don't remember if this is all. Yeah, I'm 100% into that. But do you remember when those clowns were around and just standing in neighborhoods?
That was a good meme. I like that. That was great.
Was that America? Where was that? Or
I
thought it was like Europe or some shit. Anyway,
that was great, dude. I like clowns, man. Bring back clowns. I like the laugh. We need more laughter. Why do we hate clowns? I don't understand.
Because of it. Maybe it is like a big part of it. And William, whatever that guy's name was, Macy. What's that guy's name? The murderer that was a clown. I'm not really into serial killers, so I don't really know.
Wayne Gacy.
Wayne Gacy.
William H. Macy as Wayne Gacy. The biopic. And the Oscar goes to.
Yeah.
Macy is Gacy this summer. Macy is Gacy. Dude, I'm not surprised. Zac Efron's playing one of those other Ted Bundy, I think. Man,
yeah, he already did that.
Serial killers are fucked. And you know what's weird is people that are obsessed with serial killers.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking gross. You
it's
guys
not
should
interesting.
all feel I'm gonna kink shame that. That shit's not interesting. You're not cool. Those people are fucking psychopaths and sociopaths. And you are probably one too, because you are
deep
interested
down
in that shit.
Yeah.
Like it's fucked up.
I 100% agree. Everyone has like this little phase. Not everyone, but some people have this phase of being into like serial killers for a little while, and maybe it's like so perverse that it's interesting. But my God, there's other things that are more interesting than that.
That's fucking creepy, man. That's creepy. That's really creepy.
What's the interest? Please let us know.
Yeah, please.
How violent the crime is, like
you fucking losers.
The nastiness that these people are willing to go, like
even people would be like, listening to Charles Manson's music and you're like, why? This shit's not. Oh, we made an album. Yeah, good for him. He was a fucking monster. Who cares?
Yeah. No, he was not a monster. Remember, did you see that documentary Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Oh yeah, he was a great man.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't so bad. Where
he's a great man.
He didn't actually do anything. Yeah.
He did nothing wrong.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Yeah, fuck, and then like the true crime stuff. I don't really get what that is all about. And then like, is it like statistically proven that it's mostly like women that are into those things?
Probably.
Like that's always like a weird joke on like on the tins, like ooh, little old me is into crime, like crime podcasts. True crime.
I'm into dogs and true crime podcasts.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm just here for your dog and the true crime podcast
and the murdered person that this whole thing's about.
Looking for the gym to my Pam so we can sit there with our dogs and listen to true crime podcasts together.
Jesus Christ. That should be the summary for the app.
Kill me.
Yeah.
Love a good dad joke. What
Sure.
about a good daddy joke?
Daddy. Zaddy.
Love a good zaddy joke. Is zaddy the non-binary daddy? I don't fucking know.
No, I don't know either. I think a zaddy is very specific. Like it's like a rich older man who buys you things. Kind of like a sugar daddy, but not quite.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. That is nice. Tell me a better relationship than that. Old man, young girl. Old man pays for everything.
Yeah. Takes her to Dubai.
I want to find an old man to buy me shit.
Yeah.
I'll do it, man. I'll find a big bear and just like cradle in his arms, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Once in a while.
If he buys me like a jet ski in Maui or something, I'm
Take me to Maui, daddy.
Yeah. I'll do anything.
I think you and I we're not arm candy material, dude. I hate to break it to you.
Maybe together we are.
As a pair?
As a pair, yeah. Like one old dude with us on each arm. I think that
the
works.
Hundy Thou experience. We're holding him up like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Like physically holding him in the air because he's a fucking tiny old man.
He's actually died. He's died at the event. We're like, let's keep this illusion up.
Yeah, the Hundy Thou.
I don't want to go home yet.
Yeah, exactly. Mark and Chris star in the remake of Weekend at Bernie's. Let's do it. Let's do it. We were just here to suck his dick, and now we're carrying him around. Then he died. Are we still getting Jordans? Did the Jordans come in yet? Because I'm only carrying this guy around if those fucking Jordan 1 Bordeaux's came in. They're fucking Vans. They're like boxes. I'm like, Vans. Fucking
just drop them. Just drop my. just toss them out the window.
All about the window. Vans. Fuck that. You said Jordans. Yeah. Slapping a corpse. You're like holding me back. Piece of shit.
Jerking him like fucking Homer and Bart Simpson. Just choking him out.
I let you stick your fucking skeleton finger up my ass for this. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Turns out he's not rich. We've been fucking catfished, sexually molested by some old dude that he dies. Wow, this got fucking
dark as hell, man. Yeah, he just had like one tuxedo in his whole, like, that's all his clothes.
Yeah.
Just to look rich.
It was Woody Allen.
Oh, God. My dying wish.
My dying wish is
Hundy Thou. Arm candy. This is the job interview for a reindeer to become one of the reindeer for the fucking Santa's like fleet. Yeah. This is what this whole thing's been so far.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a Zoom meeting with Santa.
Dude,
I don't think it's going well.
I don't think it's going well either, man. I don't think we got the job. Fucking Santa.
You're Santa. Already in the Santa factory if you're watching the YouTube channel. You got the fucking real Slim Shady vibes back there.
Yeah. I'm Chris Kringle, the real Chris Kringle.
You know what? I have like mixed feelings about Christmas, but I overall like the vibe. I like when people like get into the spirit a little bit, you know?
You know, I like the lights. I like the trees. I like the eating of the food. That's the shit I like, man. Like
that's that shit I do like.
Yeah, but that's like more like the Yuletide, you know? It's like the darkest. It's like cold and dark and you're chilling and eating. The whole like, who gives a shit about baby Jesus? Or like even like Santa Claus is some weird Coca-Cola fucking, you know,
polar bears and shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? Get out of here.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we don't like that part.
Chilling with like a nice tree and like some rich food. That shit's good. Some wine.
What do you think about parents fucking with kids' minds by lying to them about like a fictional character?
Like Santa Claus?
Yeah, or like the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny. There's a bunch of them.
It's a weird thing where like I think it's kind of cute because it's like it goes back to like almost like spiritual beliefs of like, you know, like spirits, like which is a normal thing all throughout the world.
Jesus, God, yeah.
But then it's just like in our society, it's so weird where it's like specific, and then they have to give us gifts, and like it obviously just dies when you know what I mean? Like it's just like a weird thing.
Or when they start using it as leverage, being like, if you're not good, you're not going to get a present. because Santa will see that, and you're like, motherfucker, Santa ain't real.
He knows who's naughty.
You're messing
nice.
with my mind, man. Like,
exactly.
And especially to find that out later and being like, wow, my parents were able to lie to me for like several years without breaking character, and I'm supposed to trust these motherfuckers still?
Leave the cookies out.
Leave the cookies, the pot cookies. See, that's what you should do.
The edibles. Imagine you did that. You switched it to edibles, and your dad calls the cops on themselves because he's too high.
yeah.
That's the funniest shit. Is when people get too high that don't smoke weed, then they end up calling 911 on themselves because they're like, I'm too high.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
Just weather it out. Yeah. Welcome to drug use, buddy.
Welcome
Not knowing your limits and going too far.
Shitting yourself.
That's what growing up is. Yeah.
I guess this is growing up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Blink 182 new.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Hoppus has cancer, man.
Yeah, I think he's doing good now.
Better.
It's almost over. Yeah. Shout out Mark Hoppus. Please just stop the band though. Tom DeLonge's not in the band anymore, so you shouldn't call it Blink 182. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know, I made this joke a long time ago, but like when John Lennon or Paul McCartney quit the Beatles, they don't just hire a new guy and keep calling it the Beatles.
The Bagels. Dude, my friend in high school,
the Beatles with 2 E's.
Yeah, the Beatles.
Yeah. What? Say go.
My friend in high school, who was savvy on the internet in the early 2000s, made a fake website link article that Mark Hoppus was murdered in his own home.
Jesus.
And he like sent that out, and it like reached like international. It was like a huge issue. It was like a huge deal. Right. But what he did is that he said in his California home, or no, in his Florida home, and Mark Hoppus
which he
in California.
Right.
But also then I remember watching Much Music and MTV, and Mark Hoppus was like, "I'm not dead, guys."
And you're like, "Yeah, that was our man.
That was our guy." He also did it with Linkin Park. He did Linkin Park died in a bus crash. That
was sadly true later, or one of them was
Chester Bennington.
Yeah. R.I.P. I don't like Linkin Park, but I don't like people dying either.
Yeah, mental health is a serious thing, man.
That's it. Yeah. I watched a documentary called Fantastic Fungi. Have you watched that on Netflix? Nope. Doesn't sound like it.
I've heard about it. People have been talking about it forever. It's pretty cool.
You should watch it. I mean, it's a little bit like kind of like into psychedelic mushrooms for like mental health purposes, but it also like just straight up talks about how fungi works and then like all like the intricacies of it, and it's like a fascinating little creature. And like the psychedelic stuff obviously is powerful too, and it helps with mental health in small doses. So shout out microdosing. Try it out.
I gotta do that, man. I gotta remind. I take some. I just had a shake today with some mushroom shit in it. It's great.
Like psilocybin though, or
no, lion's mane.
Just
other
like a reg
reishi,
mush.
but which are still good for your brain. Still good for yourself. Yeah. No, mushrooms are crazy. I got some toe fungus right now, so like I feel like if I watch that documentary, I should just like I'm like, man, this
nibble
is like
on your toes.
Yeah. Am I tapped in? Am I tapped into like the greater mycelium?
Yeah, probably.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It kind of connects like neuroplasticity. You have like I don't know shit. I'm talking Joe Rogan vibes here, but like it's like when you have thoughts, it creates pathways, and like recurring thoughts, you reinforce those pathways. So depression, for instance, but then like when you eat these mushrooms, they help you create new neural pathways. Because your mind is opening up and you're thinking in different ways. So then it actually reinforces and strengthens new neural pathways, and that's what helps it stop the depression. This is not scientific fact, but this is what it kind of like described it as in the documentary. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Fungi is crazy.
It's a beautiful thing.
Not quite meat, not quite veg.
All love.
All love.
Yeah.
You hear that, Toes? You hear that, guys? I will never destroy you.
Is there like a full-on mushroom sprouting off that toe?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's nasty.
Yeah, well, yeah. But
or
also
is
good.
it? Yeah, or
it's
is
good,
it?
Yeah. Because also like mushrooms kind of are able to like transform. Like so they did another test where it was like 5 piles of like like oily kind of waste or whatever, and then they like it was like 5 different attempts at what could help like cure like fix that problem. And then like one guy was a mushroom guy, and he had like put some spores on that shit, and then they cover it for like 5 days, and then they like take it off and look at the growth, like has anything happened? and like the mushroom one had like almost fully absorbed all the oil and stuff like that, and like it had grown from it. Like it used that as the fuel to grow. Like
wild.
So it could be used to like help oil spills.
Big pharma, man. Shit. Yeah, dude. Big farmers keeping that shit down, which they are. I know it's conspiracy.
I know you're joking, but it's true. Yeah, yeah. Hey, and they were saying also, like, I mean, it was like 25-year gap in studies because the war on drugs kind of fucked the whole shit up because they got all like, what? People are getting awakened to like deeper senses of community. Like, we can't have that. This is the 60s or 70s. We need to like beat these people up. So slapped on the old illegal thing and then put that into the drawer and forget about it.
Facts.
Yeah, but now we're back.
Now we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Little porcinis, dude. Little porcini.
Little porcinis.
Yeah. Little shiitake.
Also, one last thing I got to say that was also magnificent to hear is that this mycologist who's like obsessed with mushrooms, his mom got like diagnosed with like breast cancer. Like she had like 7 nodes on her breast or some shit, and she was like older woman too, like I think in her 80s or something. And then their doctors are basically like, well, we can't cut it off and we can't radiate you because your body can't handle it because you're old. But there's this weird new study that they're doing. I think it was called like lobster mushrooms or something like that. They're some kind of mushroom basically. And then so he tried that and she's now cancer free.
Wild.
Yeah. Not saying that that's going to be like anyone could just do that, but it's a possibility. Study these mushrooms. Shout out Mike.
How many dudes just like, because certain mushrooms are so poisonous. I never talk about that.
I know the process of like figuring those out.
Like we're like, yeah, the magical mushrooms. Like I love mushrooms, but like, man, there's mushrooms in the bush right now. If you walk in the forest right now and you just like see a mushroom,
touch it,
you're fucking dead.
I kind of think about that in the whole history of humanity. Like, how do we find beer? A lot of people had stomach aches or died. It's like it's not like so many trial and error things that had happened.
Yeah,
it's like throughout time, like we're like just living with the benefits that all these people before us died to bring us.
Yeah, dude. How many people fucking died with mushrooms, eating mushrooms in the woods? That's like hundreds of thousands of years. So fucking, I think like that's like that's way back. Beer is much newer, but also people like the whole alcohol thing is wild.
Yeah. Well, in this same documentary, they're talking about like maybe it was like part of human evolution is eating magic mushrooms because like they're talking about this certain group of people and then they like would follow animals to kill them. You know what I mean? Like for food sources. And then like those animals would shit big old mud pies. And then what grows from the mud pies? Mushrooms. Potentially they might have eaten the mushrooms. I'm not saying that that's like the exact reason for human evolution.
No, like, you think the guy was a fucking scat fiend?
Yeah, he was he was like avoiding the mushrooms, eating the shit.
You guys had the deer carcass. You guys had the deer carcass. I don't want that.
He just like turns to face them. His face is just covered in shit. He's like, nah. That's gross, man. I want to censor that later. Probably not though.
The scat, dude. I don't know, dude. Scat is always gross.
It's always a fine line of going too far when we talk. I think, before we came on here, I was like, I have to sort of like rein it in slightly because it can get nasty.
We don't want to get canceled.
Also, I'm just trying to think of the viewer. They don't want to visualize that.
The view boxing a clit.
That was the pre-show.
That's what we're talking about.
Even knows what you're talking about.
Subscribe to our Patreon for the pre-show clitoris talks.
Oh God! Actually, we should do that. Then you'd Patreon? You'd really want to know what we talk about before we talk. It's like
you don't.
We try to like deflate that energy before we actually start talking.
Which I think we should. I think we should just get nasty. The Nasty Boy Podcast. You have one listener.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just us.
It's just me or you.
Yeah. Well,
rotating.
Funny. Yeah.
That was dirty. Well, I don't know, man. Christmas. I'm gonna go in for some dim sum. I'm very excited about that. That's gonna be a great Christmas fucking miracle.
Hell yeah!
Not cooking a duck tonight, but on Christmas Eve. But tomorrow, just fucking dim sum, baby. Then leftovers. Get stoned.
Stone prerequisite. And hope everyone else out there had a good Christmas and enjoyed your families.
Or by yourself. I hope you just masturbated and cried, but in a happy way.
Just drain
tears of joy.
Your nuts. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe I'll let you go then and do your little dim dum dum.
Okay, buddy.
And enjoy all your Santa gangbang you got back there.
Yeah, I'm about to get bukkake.
Peace.